Do you notice your money is draining faster since you started using digital wallet than when you used to pay cash? If you aren't a digital wallet user yet, you need to watch this also so you'll know how to stay financially responsible when you transition to digital one day. The digital wallet is built for convenience. You don't need to take out your wallet or credit card, you just tap, and a small check mark appears. You walk away. It took less time than unlocking your phone to check the weather. This is by design. And the question of whether this design is working for you or against you is one of the most financially relevant questions of 2026, because digital payment adoption is accelerating faster than most people realize. 38% of Americans now use digital wallets at least once per week, including 10% who use them daily. 20% of Americans with digital wallets regularly leave home without a traditional physical wallet. 1 in 5 people have stopped carrying a wallet entirely. The phone is the wallet now. U.S. mobile payment users each spent an estimated average of $3,693 via mobile payments in 2024, an 87% increase from 2020. We are spending nearly twice as much through our phones as we were 4 years ago. Some of that increase reflects convenience and normal spending that migrated to a new channel. But a meaningful portion of it reflects something more interesting: the specific psychology of how paying with a phone changes how we experience spending money, often in ways that cost us more than we realize. Today we are getting into all of it. The genuine benefits, the documented psychological risks, and the specific habits that let you use digital wallets without letting them quietly drain your account. Let's start with the basics, because understanding what a digital wallet actually is makes the later conversation about psychology much clearer. A digital wallet, Apple Pay, Google Pay, is not a bank account or a separate source of money. It is a layer that sits on top of your existing credit or debit cards. When you add a card to Apple Pay, your actual card number is never stored on the phone or transmitted during a purchase. Instead, the phone generates a unique one-time code for each transaction, called a token, that is used in place of your real card number. The merchant never sees your actual card details. Fraud rates for Apple Pay transactions are around 0.01%, significantly lower than traditional card transactions. So from a security standpoint, digital wallets are genuinely better than using a physical card. This is real, documented, not marketing. The top 3 reasons people use digital wallets are convenience, cited by 62%, security 52%, and rewards 45%. The convenience is real. The security is real. The rewards from the underlying card, cashback, points, miles, work exactly the same whether you tap your phone or swipe a physical card. The digital wallet layer does not add rewards or subtract them. It is just a faster, more secure way to access whatever card is behind it. So far, genuinely useful. Genuinely secure. Faster checkout. Less card fraud. Then comes the psychology. And this is where the conversation gets more complicated. There is a concept in behavioral economics called the pain of paying. It is exactly what it sounds like: the psychological discomfort you feel when you part with money. And that discomfort, that small, mild, barely perceptible sting, is actually one of your brain's most important financial protection mechanisms. When you pay with cash, the pain of paying is at its maximum. You physically hand over something you can see, count, and feel. The money is gone, and you know exactly how gone it is. Research consistently shows that people who pay with cash spend less, make more deliberate purchases, and have more accurate memory of what they spent. When you pay with a credit card, the pain of paying is reduced significantly. There is a delay between the purchase and the cost. You will feel it on the bill later, not now. This reduction in immediate pain is part of why credit cards systematically increase spending. When you pay with a contactless card or your phone, a tap, a click, a check mark, the pain of paying is at its minimum. The transaction is so frictionless, so fast, so visually unremarkable that your brain barely registers it as a financial event at all. A 2024 Dutch study found that contactless payments hurt the least of any card-based payment method, and users themselves rated them as the least helpful for preventing overspending. Research conducted in the United Kingdom found that people who paid with cash could more accurately remember how much they had just spent. Contactless users had lower accuracy. When you cannot accurately remember what you spent, you cannot accurately manage what you spend next. And the spending difference is not small. According to research by Zenith Optimedia, shoppers who use contactless payment spent 48% more than people using other methods. Contactless payment cloaks money's value and reduces the pain that comes with spending cash. 48% more. Not because contactless users are less financially responsible. Because the human brain responds to frictionless spending differently than to friction-filled spending, and the friction was doing protective work that most people never knew was there. Researchers studying this phenomenon have developed a new term for it: spendception. It is a blend of the words spending and perception, and it describes the psychological state where digital payments make spending feel less noticeable, leading people to buy more without realizing the financial impact. A study published by the National Institutes of Health found that digital payment systems reduce psychological barriers to spending by creating a detachment from expenditures that cash transactions do not. The study showed that digital payment systems made buying feel less noticeable, which led to people spending more without realizing the financial impact. The concept builds on something finance researchers have known for a long time. The more abstract money becomes, the easier it is to spend. Cash is concrete, you can see it, count it, feel it, leave. A number changing on a screen is abstract. A phone tap that takes 0.4 seconds is so abstract it barely registers as a financial act at all. Research published in the Journal of Behavioral Economics found that the use of mobile payment technology is associated with increases in individuals' overall spending by credit card. The payment method changes behavior, not just how you pay, but how much you pay and how aware you are of the total. This is not a failure of intelligence or discipline. It is a documented, reproducible, peer-reviewed finding about how the human brain processes financial transactions. The people using Apple Pay are not foolish. Their brains are simply responding to a payment mechanism that was designed to minimize friction. And that minimized friction is minimizing the psychological signal that says, hey, this is real money. Now for the honest counterbalance, because digital wallets are not the enemy. They are a tool, and like every tool, the question is whether you are using it or whether it is using you. Fraud protection is genuinely better. Apple Pay's fraud rate of approximately 0.01% is substantially lower than traditional card fraud rates. If you are someone whose physical card has ever been skimmed, cloned, or stolen, a digital wallet is a real upgrade. Your actual card number never leaves your phone during a transaction. Checkout speed is real and valuable. In a city environment where you are moving quickly, transit, coffee shops, lunch spots, the ability to pay in under 2 seconds without fumbling for a wallet is a genuine quality of life improvement. Not trivially so. Transaction records are immediately available. Every digital wallet transaction shows up in your banking app, often within seconds. 61% of Google Pay users stated they use it for budgeting tools and real-time transaction tracking. The same transparency that can feel alarming when you audit a month of spending is also the best real-time financial feedback loop available. Cash gives you no record at all. A digital wallet gives you an itemized, searchable, time-stamped record of every purchase. Rewards stack exactly the same way. The card behind your Apple Pay is earning the same cash back or points it would earn if you swiped the physical card. For people who are already using a rewards card deliberately, the digital wallet simply makes that card more secure and more convenient. The issue is not that digital wallets have no benefits. It is that the benefits are visible and the costs are invisible. The spending increase that happens through reduced pain of paying is not something most people notice, because the whole mechanism operates below conscious awareness. Not all digital wallet spending is equal. There are specific usage patterns that are most associated with the overspending behavior the research documents. Habitual low-value tapping, the coffee shop, the convenience store, the gas station snack. These are the purchases that benefit most from the speed and frictionlessness of a digital wallet, and they are also exactly the category where people are most likely to accumulate unplanned spending. $6 taps in a week sounds benign. It is $60 without a single conscious spending decision having been made. In-app purchases linked to the wallets. Once Apple Pay or Google Pay is stored in an app, in-app purchases become one tap away. Games. Streaming upgrades. Premium features. One-click upsells during checkout flows that were specifically designed to be placed at the moment of highest buying intent. The frictionlessness of stored payment information is deliberately used by app designers to increase conversion rates. Their conversion rate increase is your spending increase. The invisible subscription problem. A digital wallet stored in a subscription service is the most invisible form of spending that exists. Monthly charges in the $8 to $25 range, authorized once and then forgotten, pull from your account month after month while generating no spending awareness whatsoever. 38% of Americans use digital wallets at least weekly, and many of them have authorized recurring charges through those wallets that they have not reviewed in months or years. Checking out online without checking in. One-click checkout powered by a stored digital wallet means the psychological space between wanting something and having bought something has collapsed entirely. The "do I actually need this" moment that used to exist between adding an item to a cart and entering payment details has been eliminated by design. The cart abandonment rate, the percentage of people who add items and then change their mind before completing purchase, drops dramatically when payment is pre-stored and checkout requires one tap. What the retailer calls reducing cart abandonment is, from your perspective, eliminating the moment of reconsideration. Here is how to keep the genuine benefits while mitigating the documented costs. Set up real-time spending notifications. Every major bank offers the option to receive an immediate push notification every time your linked card is charged. Turn this on. The notification is not the pain of paying, but it is a recovery of some spending awareness that the tap itself eliminated. You spent $7.50 at the coffee shop at 8:04 a.m. Now you know. The transaction that was designed to be invisible is made visible again. Do a digital wallet subscription audit monthly. On the first day of each month, open your credit card or bank statement and search specifically for recurring charges below $30. These are the charges that most reliably escape conscious awareness. Cancel anything you cannot recall using in the past 30 days. Do this every month. It takes 10 minutes and typically finds something worth canceling. Set a category spending alert. Most banking apps now allow you to set a monthly spending limit by category: dining, retail, entertainment. That sends a notification when you approach the limit. Use this. The digital wallet will not tell you when you have spent too much. The bank app will if you ask it to. Use cash intentionally for one high-risk category. If you have identified a category where you consistently overspend, coffee shops, online shopping, convenience stores, try using cash in that category for 1 month. The research on spending recall is consistent. Cash transactions produce more accurate spending awareness. 1 month of deliberate friction in your most impulsive category will recalibrate your sense of what you spend there. Before any unplanned in-app purchase, 24 hours. The frictionlessness of stored payment information is specifically dangerous for impulse purchases. A self-imposed 24-hour rule on any non-essential in-app purchase restores the deliberation that the one-tap checkout was designed to eliminate. Digital wallets are not a scam. Apple Pay or Google Pay are genuinely secure, genuinely convenient, and genuinely useful tools. The speed and fraud protection are real advantages. The integrated records are a better tracking tool than a wallet full of receipts. But the pain of paying is real too. The research is consistent and increasingly rigorous. Contactless users spend significantly more than cash users. They recall their spending less accurately. They make more impulse purchases with less awareness of the financial impact. These are not opinions. They are peer-reviewed, replicated findings that should sit alongside every convenience-first argument for going fully digital. U.S. mobile payment users spent an average of $3,693 through their phones in 2024, up 87% from 2020. Some of that increase is normal spending shifting channels. But some of it is the spendception effect, spending that happens because the friction was removed, and with the friction went the pause, and with the pause went the decision. The phone is a better wallet. It is also a worse budgeting tool, unless you deliberately build the awareness back in that the design took out. Turn on the notifications. Do the monthly audits. Keep the 24-hour rule. Use cash in your one most impulsive category. The tap is fine. The invisible spending is not. Know the difference and the digital wallet works for you. Hope you gain some insights. Hit like and subscribe. See you in the next video.